What's up, YouTube? First, I want to give a shout out to all my subscribers because we know film ain't never gonna die. But this week we're talking about shooting with the monstrous Omega View 45D, aka Widowmaker, aka Godzilla, whatever you want to call it. But in this video today, we're going to talk about the equipment I used in my setup. We're going to look at some of the photos that I've took. And last but not least, we're going to talk about a few tips to make your experience with this monstrous bad boy a lot easier. So you want to shoot on large format, huh? So you thought words like easy was going to be a thing, huh? Oh, you thought you knew what you was doing, huh? You thought it was a piece of cake, huh? Not until you start shooting with this bad boy. All right, so let's get into the equipment. Obviously, I told you guys this is the Omega View 45D. For some reason, I like to call all my cameras like how they used to do on the old school gangster raps. Like they used to call it like a 6'4". You know what I'm saying? Like they riding this nice little caddy, it's a 6'4". So I like to refer to my RB67 as the 6'7", and I like to refer to the Omega View 45D as the 45. So it's just, I don't know why. I just like to do that because it sounds cool. That's me. You ain't gotta do it, but when I say 45, you know what I'm talking about. The lens that I'm using is a Snyder 210mm lens. Damn, I can't say that. The lens I'm using is the Snyder 210mm lens. The widest aperture on it is a 5.6, and it's actually a pretty tack sharp, not pretty, it is a tack sharp lens. Another thing that I have is a shutter release cable. And this I got on Amazon. This is probably one of the cheapest things you can probably get for the 4.5 format. Like seriously, the cheapest. Like this format, bruh. I didn't know this format was pricey until I started shooting it, but it's pricey. Another thing I bought were a bunch of these film holders. I would suggest finding a solid seller on eBay. I got maybe like a lot of 6 of them. Maybe even more, and they're all pretty sound and solid. I think I paid maybe like 30 bucks for that 6, and the guy that sold me the camera gave me one of them as well. I also have a loop to check focus. You gotta have a loop so that you can check the absolute focus. You can do so many shifting and things like that with this camera. You're gonna need that loop. I do not have the actual little dark sheet. At the time I was using a Polo Ralph. You know what I'm saying? I was using name brand to block out light. That's what I was using during my shoot. Okay, so let's just talk about a few quick 4.5 shooting tips. I already told you the equipment you need. That's the bare minimum stuff you need. You're gonna need that shutter release cable because once you set your focus, you can't wiggle the camera or move it, especially if you're shooting on the wider end of your lens. So my first tip would be this. What I read is that if you put your actual lens closer to f11 or f16, especially for the Snyders, that's actually an optimum depth of field, optimum sharpness, and then you can still have your model be able to have that little bit of lead room. And as you can see in this video here, the second tip is sit your model on a stool. I also read this in an article. The reason why you want to sit someone on a stool, just like right now, I'm standing up, it's easy for me to do this and not realize it's comfortable because I don't want to lock my knees. So when you sit somebody down on a stool, they don't have to worry about being comfortable. They're sitting down, they're pretty comfy, and then you work with them there. Now, I'm not saying all your stuff that you do with the 4.5 has to be, you know, someone sitting down. But I'll say if it's your first time using the camera, you're going to be so focused on this, you're going to want that subject to stay put. My third tip would be during the shoot, make sure you're talking to your subject. Talk to your subject, you know, while you're fiddling around. So you want to know this system. So while you're adjusting this, ask for, hey, how's your day going? This, that, and oh, what do you think about this? Have some small talk ready because it's going to take you some time. Get rid of those words fast and easy. It's just, this is not that. It's going to be a diligent, beautiful work of art. And even while you're working it, it's a work of art, but it's not going to be fast and easy. Another tip that I can give you guys with shooting this for the first time, I would say just start off basic. I know there's a lot of tilt shift type things you can do, but just starting out with this, just try to start out basic. Just try to get your focus landed, get a nice pose, get an exposure, because you're going to be worrying about every single thing. And last but not least, I would say practice, 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 practice. Luckily, my homie Amadia, she allowed me to practice with her with this camera. Find somebody to practice with and make it happen. So let's get into some of these photos. So I shot with the Phone Pan 100 film. It's actually I think it's a solid quality for the price that you're paying. On the day of the shoot, I bought 3 film holders with me, so that's about 6 shots. And for the most part, I did pretty well. Not all of them came out perfectly, so I'm gonna show you guys the ones that I like because it's my channel and I can do that. Like, you got a problem? All right, good. On this first shot, I really like this shot because like she was kind of looking off, but I just love the detail that the 4:5 format brings. It's crazy. And in this shot here, I overall like her pose, but again, I'm just distracted by just the detail. And this is in studio on a gray backdrop, and you can still tell the depth between her and that backdrop. And you can really see where the light falls off. You can see so many details. And I'm not a cat to usually be like, hey, zoom in 200, let me see the details. But I zoomed in on this thing, man, and the details were there, 120%. All right, so if you made it to the end of this video, I'm gonna give you a quick little tidbit about me. My favorite food on this planet, I swear on everything, is pizza. I can eat pizza probably 7 days a week. Another thing I really like is barbecue sauce. Put barbecue sauce on something, bruh, I am eating it. So I'm gonna catch y'all later. I hope you guys enjoyed my little segment on the 4.5. Peace. Thanks for watching. As always, subscribe, comment, make this feel like a community. And as I always say, buy you a film camera and shoot.